welcome to another video. This is a review of the Crop-a-Dile, and I bought this specifically for its hole punching abilities for going through large or thick media. Now I want to just briefly run through the details for you. We have a 3/16 of an inch hole at the top here, which you can see if I do that, and we have an 1/8 of an inch down the bottom here, and there, if you watch here, you can see the shaft comes up and punches the hole. Now these are obviously for setting eyelets, but also for making holes for book bindings and that sort of thing. And one of the reasons why I bought it was because I'm doing children's workshops at the moment, and we're making paper bag books, and I wanted to be able to punch holes quickly and multiple times, and I can do that because we have a nice thick area here and I can place that in. I can't use my ordinary hole punch because it's just not thick enough. Now on here we have two screws, and we have sliders here which move up and down so that you can set where you're going to be using the hole. If you can see that sliding up and down, I can set that now to repeatedly stay in the same place and punch holes. So if I show you using the paper bag here, I've already set mine to 1/2 inch, and if I just push in to where that's set and then push down, crunch, there we have a nice clean hole. And if I want to do it again down here for the second one, crunch, there, I know that those are evenly spaced from the spine because I've set the measure. Also, the other reason why I bought it is a heavy duty equipment is because it will go through chipboard, and this is a large chipboard. Let me just undo that, let that slide back, then I have the full reach of that, which is only 1 inch by the way, which is one of the downsides of it. And if I pop that in there, give it a 2-hand punch, I've punched a hole through chipboard. Now for the eyelet setting, let's use this tag. Again, I can use this punch in the same way, but another feature is because you can see through the top of these holes, if I make a mark, and I've made a little mark on my card or on the tag, I see if I can line that hole, this hole, up with the dot that I've made. You won't be able to see it, but I can, and I can make sure that that hole is in the middle. The dot's in the middle of the hole, and that means that it's now centered by eye, but centered in that card. Now for the purposes of eyelet setting, we have these nibs here, and we have the top and the bottom. It has written on the bottom base, and this one shows which way up the eyelet needs to go in order to set properly. And I'm going to turn this over so that I can pop the eyelet actually in there on top of the knobble, and then I'm going to pop that over the top, and then let's just move my hand, and then I'm just going to squeeze down, and there, beautifully done. So that's how to punch with those and set eyelets. These are movable, so you can see there I've moved it round. I now have a smaller one, and these for the smaller eyelets, and that's suitable for a number of different types of eyelets, including flat-headed ones and odd-shaped ones. We have this one that spins around too, and that will allow you to do a multiple. I just want to quickly go through the little box that sometimes comes with it and sometimes is separate. Now I've seen these for $9.99, just the box, no eyelets, just the box, £9.99. If that was the case, personally I wouldn't buy it, and I'll tell you why in a minute. This actually fits in here, and I bought this with it, and it came with the eyelets, and that fits in there pretty well, snaps shut, and you now have your Crop-a-Dile contained. Now let me just take that out, it's quite heavy in comparison. The reason I wouldn't buy this separately for £9.99, a couple of pounds maybe, but is this hinge. Now the hinge is purely a piece of plastic that's been pinched either side to create a movable hinge, and I don't know about you, but I know from experience of things like children's lunch boxes that they just don't last, and that's not a very good hinge, I don't think. Here, this handle is a very good handle because that's not pinched plastic. That's actually molded plastic that's been pushed into two nodules there. So that's quite good. But that's the only downside. So if your Crop-a-Dile actually comes with this and it's a reasonable price, then that's great. These are actually in packets still, and these are for your eyelets, which are quite handy. You can actually get quite a lot in there. When this came, that was like that. Let's push that back a bit. And you can get other packets and eyelets and bits and pieces all in the actual box as well. So there's a little bit more packing space. And that then closes, and there's your Crop-a-Dile in its case. So worth considering, but do bear in mind that hinge. So that's a review of the Crop-a-Dile. I hope you enjoyed it. There's more information on this page. Thanks for watching.